Hello, world. It's John Pinto, your roving realtor, bon vivant, video blogger, podcaster, and I am here with my very favorite NHD, natural hazard disclosure expert, Ted Stephanos. How are you, Ted?
I'm doing good, John. How are you doing today?
Very good. And my guru of all things home inspection, pool inspection, termite inspection, roof inspection, Rafael Betances.
Hello, everybody.
Very good. So today the topic is going to be notice of supplemental property tax bill. Let me tell you what that looks like to a real estate broker and an unsuspecting home buyer, and then you can wax poetic, Ted, on it from there. Yeah, I think we're all aware Prop 13 allegedly says the property is going to be reassessed at 1.25% of the sales price annually, usually payable in two installments. One due in November, payable in December, and one due in March, payable in April. However, what I tell people at the closing table is you may get one or two tax bills that reflect the prior owner's tax bill. And you're going to say, oh boy, I got away. This is a lot less than the realtor told me. And then you're going to get a third tax bill, which is the supplemental tax bill that covers the incremental difference. And when you don't have that conversation with people, sometimes they're surprised. Sometimes the bill doesn't get paid. It does definitely create some friction. So what can you tell our viewing audience to prevent surprises and enlighten them on what to expect with the supplemental tax bill?
Yeah, well, as part of the natural hazard disclosure report, and of course, obviously, we're talking taxes, so it's not a natural hazard, but one of the reports that we provide is our California tax data report. It's part of our basic $89 package. And within that, first of all, that tax report covers Mello-Roos taxes and 1915 Bond Act assessments. But one of the pages in the tax report does deal with the supplemental property tax. And what we provide in the tax report is a calculator. So it really depends on what month the home is sold to determine whether or not there's going to be any supplemental property taxes. And so that's something that we have in the report is that calculator. You would plug in the estimated sales price and try and calculate out what the anticipated taxes would be.
Oh, can you explain how that works a little bit? Because I didn't know that you had that functionality in your report.
Well, it's a few steps on the tax report. I mean, you'd plug in, say, the estimated sales price, estimated current assessed value, and then you would either increase or decrease depending on whether you have to subtract. And we provide the ad valorem tax rate, and then you get the estimated supplemental tax amount.
Very good. That sounds like a process that could possibly require some aspirin. So kind so kind of cutting to the chase. I'm going to think that let's say you buy a $1 million house, and under Prop 13, the one would think the property taxes are going to be 1.25%, which I think is $12,500. 2 million would be $25,000. Now, of course, with all the propositions, the mosquito abatement programs and everything like that, the property taxes come out to be a little bit more than 1.25%, which we may be covering on other videos. Do you have any kind of rule of thumb that you dare to put out there where the 1.25% assessed taxes is actually a little bit low because of all the other propositions and abatements that are added onto it?
I would not dare. No.
I find that the 1.25% is a little
Yeah.
low, but it's not terribly low.
Okay. I'll go with you on that.
unless you have some kind of a draconian assessment, which I'm sure we'll get into in one of our other videos. And, you know, let's just say that somebody's buying a property for $1 million. The 1.25% under Prop 13 is $12,500. Let's say it turns out to be more like 1.4% with all the assessments. So it's not $12,500, it's $14,000. Normally, you would expect to pay that in 2 installments, 7,000 in November, December, 7,000 in March and April. But if you're buying a house from someone who, say, paid $500,000 for it, their property taxes are probably $7,000 a year instead of $14,000 a year. So you may get 2 tax bills for $3,500 and $3,500, and then get a supplemental for $7,000 once the tax assessor catches up with their reassessment. Would you say that is a relatively accurate depiction of the process and the calculation?
Yeah, I would think so. That sounds right.
Okay, I'm diving in. An English major is going to dive in and actually do some math on YouTube. So very good. So any closing words to the wise on notice of supplemental property tax bill? If and I'm going to think that the person who needs to pay the most attention to this is the buyer of a home. What would your words to the wise be for that buyer?
Yeah, definitely the buyer and the buyer's agent to steer them in the right direction, and not, you know, you don't like surprises at the close of escrow. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I think the takeaway is know that your property taxes, your reassessed property taxes, are going to be at least 1.25% of the sales price, maybe 1.3, maybe 1.4. So when you get your seller's old lower property tax bill, don't be too overjoyed and don't be oblivious, understanding that there is a supplemental bill coming sometime. Pay attention to it. It is your responsibility. It may or may not be paid by your lender out of the impound account. And if you don't pay it, the property tax, the tax assessor will levy a penalty against you, and you're not going to be able to appeal it. So would you say that is relatively accurate declaration?
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
would. And plus, I'm a geography major, so I mean, further.
You're not going to go anywhere near that math.
No, I'll let you handle that.
Thank you. And by the way, I will give kudos publicly to Larry Stone, the Santa Clara County tax assessor. He runs an excellent operation down there, has staff for everything, has sections on his website for everything. So if you're looking for information on supplemental property taxes, uh, Prop 60, Prop 90, the recently passed Prop 19, which we'll cover sometime, he's got a very good website, so feel free to go there. So if anybody wants to dive down this rabbit hole, Ted, and go on your HomeGuard website and look at the tab on supplemental property taxes, where do they go for that?
Yeah, they can go to homeguard.com and click on the NHD tab and read away to your heart's content. We have a lot of information on there and how to order reports as well.
Okay, good. And Rafael, the HomeGuard concierge, if people want to get some more information or order roof termite, home or pool inspections, how do they contact you?
Absolutely. You guys can either call me or you can text me at 707-616-8762. I'll be happy to have a conversation if you guys want to catch up or you have any questions regarding, you know, the items in our home warranty contract of the different types of inspections that we do. I'll be more than happy to hop on a call with you.
Very good. So everything you ever wanted to know about a supplemental property tax bill here and now. Thank you for tuning in, Ted, Rafael. Thank you for imparting that information. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.